Every man and his dog does a version of this, and I thought we'd jump on the bandwagon. What we're going to look at this morning is a quick deploy ridgeline. We're going to make sure that this never ever happens again. So without proper rope care and just throwing things back in the bag, guy lines, paracord, rope, any kind of cordage has got a habit of doing this. Okay, we've spent 10 minutes unravelling it, we've found the bowline on one end, so let's get cracking. But before we do, kettle's boiled, so let's make a brew. So like we said before, everyone's done a version of this, and I'd like to say this is my own, but it's not. This was taught to me absolutely ages ago by one of the coolest guys I ever worked for. Shout out to Stevie B. We'll put a link to his Instagram profile in the description because there's some really cool stuff on there. So to make our quick deploy ridgeline, first thing we need to do is find that bowline. We know that over here we always like to keep that bowline at the end of our ridgelines, so there it is. All we're going to do is drape that across our thumb like so. Once we've managed that, then all we're going to do is take the length of the cord and we're going to wrap it around our thumb and our little finger, forming a figure of 8, trying to keep each loop of it on top of itself until there's about maybe a foot left. So we'll just keep going. Okay, so we've got all that hanked up using that figure of 8 around our thumb and our finger. We've got maybe a foot or 2 left at the bottom and the original bowline hanging from there. What we're going to do is gently take our fingers out from inside the hank, maintaining its shape, give it a squeeze. With all our excess, all we're going to do is wrap it around the entire hank. So when we've done that, what we're left with effectively is the figure of 8. We've got the bindings, the frappings around the centre, that original bowline, and this tail end. What we're going to do is take that tail end, form a bite inside there, and just tuck it under the last binding that we made. Boom, done. So this is another reason why we like to keep that bowline on there. It's not just to fix that toggle to. If we've done this correctly, if we just take that bowline and just pull, all this should come undone with absolute no resistance whatsoever. Let's go see if we can put it to the test. Okay, so not only is a quick deploy ridgeline going to be really effective and really, useful, but if we get caught short like we are today, it's going to start throwing it down. We're going to want to put up that shelter really quickly. So let's see if we've got this right. First thing, I'm going to take that bowline, give it a pull, wrap that around there. Make that bite like we always do, toggle goes through. All cinched up on one side. What we should be able to do now is just walk it to the other tree with absolutely no resistance. So all I'm going to do now is just take the hank and just walk back over to this little ash over here, and hopefully everything goes according to plan. So we've made it all the way across. None of the cords touch the floor. I call that a win. Now we're about ready to put that trucker's hitch in to secure our ridgeline. Pull that overhand in. The entire hank is going to go through there, so we can ratchet it back. Line goes over, secure it down. Everyone's happy. I know we've been talking about trying to do these trucker's hitches for what feels like forever now, so I promise that one's up next. Let's have a little inspect, shall we? Okay, so that's it. The one thing that I've not mentioned is obviously this doesn't have the prussics on. If you were going to keep the prussics attached to the line, they need to hang out of the main hank that we formed, just like that bowline does. So give it a go, have a little practice, and until next time, go explore.